Yo, what is going on everybody? It is SoCalExploring back with another video, and today I'm going to be giving you my list on what HHN mazes are my favorite this year, and go down from number 7 and number 1 and explain why I think that maze deserves that certain ranking. So before we get into this video, if you're new here, make sure to click that subscribe button. Help me reach 1,000 subs because I just recently hit 800, which I thank you guys for that. And if you're new here, you're not going to want to miss out on any of my videos. I'm going to have a lot more HHN vlogs coming out soon and a lot more haunt vlogs for this haunt season. So make sure to click that subscribe button and help me reach 1,000 subs by closing night HHN. That's my goal right now. It's going to be a really tough goal, and I've set so many goals I haven't made, but I'm going to really try this one. So help me out, guys. Subscribe if you aren't already, and you guys won't regret it. Let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start off with my number 7 maze. This is going from my least favorite to my most favorite, and a little disclosure, the camera may show me that I'm a little white right now. I'm sorry, I look like a ghost. That was so off script that this bird just came flying in onto my shoulder. But I'm gonna start off with a number 8. He's just gonna stay there, I guess. Like, look at him. He's just chilling. So my number 7 maze goes to The Horrors of Blumhouse Volume 2. So this year they did Horrors of Blumhouse, which was based off of Truth or Dare, Unfriended, both Unfriended films, and and Rocky, and The Girl, which was the Girl is like the ending scene or the opening scene for all Blumhouse movies. It just has a girl standing around in a room with a bunch of stuff flying around everywhere. They wanted to do a spin-off thing based on that in the maze, so they went ahead and did that. Now I'm going to tell you why this is my number 7. So this maze suffered a lot from black walls. There's a lot of black walls. I actually calculated this morning because I just was curious to see how many, like, the time duration. But there's actually 2 minutes and 7 seconds of black walls in The Horrors of Blumhouse, and that is just using my phone and watching a walkthrough of someone normally walking through the maze. It suffered a lot from black walls, which we saw last year as well in the Blumhouse maze last year that they did, and just black walls with scare holes really isn't scary at all. It really just shows that it's like a lazy maze. And I don't know, guys, to me, I hate black walls. Like, I'm sure everyone else hates black walls too. Nobody wants to see black walls at the events, and sometimes they're good for transition scenes, which I'll get into later on with other mazes, but with this one there was just way too many, so that definitely suffered a lot. And also the Truth or Dare scenes, there was 2 big sets and they're not that good. I thought that the headless actor that they used in Freddy vs. Jason, I thought that was cool. I thought that was a good. Then we moved into an Unfriended where we saw a transition scene of just a black room with a giant screen of them like raising their hands and saying, all right, who's doing this? It's kind of set the mood, I guess. And we moved into Ken's room after, where he has his hand in the blender. That room is too dark, and in the movie Ken's meant to be a bigger sized guy, and the actor is really skinny. And it really doesn't look like him at all, to be completely honest. I will say, I didn't say this, but in one of the Truth or Dare scenes, Lucas actually looks like Lucas, one of the characters. He pulls out the smile great, I'll give them that. I haven't seen another actor in there, but the one that I saw, the 3 times that I went through the maze, he looks really good, and it looks like he plays the part really well and does a smile great. The Unfriended scenes, they were cool, but definitely better sets than, this was definitely the best part of the maze. They were better than the Truth or Dare scenes, but I don't know, the scares weren't that great either. Like, scares weren't great at all. The rooms were dark, that's it. And then The Girl was it wasn't good. It was a creative idea for Murdy to do, but it was executed very terribly, which I was completely disappointed by it, to be completely honest. Moving into number 6, The First Purge. Now, The First Purge suffered from a lot of stuff. This was an overall fun maze, and I did like the maze. And like, I do like the maze, actually. I don't Horror Nights isn't over. I do like the maze. There's a lot of black walls, not as much as Ash vs. Evil Dead. Skeletor did not look like the character from the movie. He just didn't. The sculpt didn't look good. The scares were pretty good. I'll give them that. The scares were pretty good. The sets were kind of cool. There was a lot of scenes that they could have put in there to replace for those black walls, similar to like Blumhouse. But I definitely think that if they really put work into this and didn't become like a little bit lazy with the First Purge, they could have had like a full maze with like a tad bit of black walls, but not a ton. And I think that there's so many scenes that they could have used for this movie. I know I said that there's a lot that they really couldn't do with this maze in the beginning, but there's definitely a bunch of scenes that they did miss out on this. I do like the facade for the apartment building. That one was cool inside, and when you go inside, the girl's getting killed. That's good acting and everything. I do think that the First Purge was fun. I just think that I suffered from a lot. My number 5 is Halloween 4. Now, a lot of people were hating on this maze. A lot of people were saying it was a disappointment, and I could honestly say, being that the Halloween series was my favorite horror series, I can honestly say that this maze is my least favorite throughout the 3 that they've done. I know that they've done 4, but we're going to talk about 2015 and 2016. Out of those 3, this one was definitely my least favorite. Suffered from not including scenes. Jamie wasn't in there. There were a couple black walls that they suffered from, and overall though, the maze was good. The maze was really good. It wasn't like, oh my god, this maze is fantastic, but the maze was actually pretty good, and the scares were actually terrifying. I got scared a couple times in that maze, and I usually try to prepare myself for these scares, and I got pretty scared. The electricity scene where he's getting electrocuted, that scene was very, very good. That was a very intense scene, and I really do enjoy that scene every time that I walk through it. It's a really, really well done, and just the size of that actual scene and the actual set is really cool. So I will give them 100% props on that. Halloween 4 was an actually good maze. It just suffered from a couple things. Number 4 was Trick or Treat. Now, Trick or Treat I was a little disappointed by. Due to the fact that I thought this was going to be a 10 out of 10 maze, like 100% good. I was just underwhelmed by it. I wasn't disappointed. I was more underwhelmed by it. Walking through it, there's a lot of black walls. The opening scene is great. There's a lot of black walls to like transition into different stories. So like the first one was Wilkins, so it was like Meet the Teacher or whatever, and you'd go into that little scene, it had a little text, and then you have Wilkins pop up. And then you go into the other scene where you see the classic scene of him with the kid throwing up, and I thought that was cool. These sets in there are really massive for the Mummy Q. That's really badass. And Krieg's house looks amazing. The upside down Sam, I really like the touch. It squirts water at you, and Krieg's room looks badass too. I do like the fact that they use the American Werewolf in London. Werewolves, those were really cool, and the characters are great in there too. The characters really bring it all together. The bus, oh my god, the bus looks amazing from the bus massacre, and everything in there looks really cool. Just suffered from a lot of black walls, and it's just a little bit underwhelming seeing how much they hyped up this maze. But I really did enjoy this maze. I really do think that it was a fantastic maze. Number 3 was Poltergeist. Now, there's quite a few people saying that Poltergeist was bad. And I'm not afraid to argue with those people, because Poltergeist was a good maze, guys. It was literally a good maze. It relates to Exorcist a lot, but this was definitely better than The Exorcist, in my opinion. I mean, other opinions may be different, but Poltergeist was such a good maze. There's a lot of people saying there's a ton of black walls, there's a ton, like, it's stupid. Like, okay, there is only, I did a calculation on this too, there's only like 50 seconds of black walls in there, and that's not that much. And most of them are actually really good transition scenes, like the one to get to the clown area. That was a really good transition scene. And it's just the detail in this maze came out really good. It relates to the film a lot, and I really did love this maze, guys. The scares in there were great. The the scene where they're all in the coffins, that's fantastic. That really can get to you, because there's a ton of scare actors in there, and the giant puppets, the giant skeleton puppets, those are beautiful, and they squirt water at you. That's even more badass. The actors in there are great. The clown, I like the fact that you walk in this giant room with the clown, and he just taunts you until you get right next to him, and then he scares the living hell out of you. I thought that this maze was fantastic. There's no problem with this maze at all that I have, in my opinion. I really do love this maze. Number 2 was Stranger Things, and also, again, a lot of people saying bad things about it. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, guys, I was kind of skeptical when Murdy announced that he was doing Stranger Things, because I thought that he was going to kind of mess it up. But then I walked through this maze, guys, and there's only black walls at the end for like a good 15 seconds, and this maze, guys, it fits so well to the TV series. The characters are in there. A little disappointed that the kids aren't in there, but the kids are in the Orlando maze, and a bunch of Orlando fans are being complete assholes and talking shit on Hollywood again. But that's nothing new, you know. Like, Orlando fans are just stupid sometimes, and it's a fantastic maze. That's all I have to say, guys. Like, the Demogorgon looks great, the sets are beautiful, and I really do love this maze, guys. This maze hits my heart because I am such a big fan of Stranger Things, and I just, everything about this maze, there's nothing that I'd change about it. Besides maybe the tiny couch. I'd want a longer couch and bigger sets like Orlando has. I'll give them that. And I really do enjoy this maze. It's such a beautiful maze, and it's such a scenic maze. I really do enjoy it. And number one, this is not a surprise to most fans. This is number one for most fans too, which is Universal Monsters. Universal Monsters pulled off great. It was so great. It was pulled off fantastic. There was a lot of scares that I missed the first time I walked through, but the second, third time I walked through, I got all the scares. And honestly, guys, this was fantastic. I love Universal Monsters, the maze. You can't hear any of the music by Slash at all. That's one thing, like until the very end and the scare zone. But everything about this maze is fantastic. There's no black walls until the end. Like I said, like 15 seconds for Universal Monsters as well. And this maze is just absolutely fantastic. I'm not going to talk about a lot of it unless, for those of you who haven't gone to the event yet, which you need to buy your tickets now. But this maze, that's all I'm going to say. It's beautiful, and it definitely deserves everyone's number one spot. That and Stranger Things, definitely they can go into competition, but I think at the end of the day, Universal Monsters wins the best maze, and there's nothing that I change about this maze, guys. I enjoy it. And actually, there's one thing. Add Gilman, because he got screwed over, and he should have been in this maze and had his own section. That being said, guys, I'm gonna end the video here. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you're new, click the subscribe button. Like I said, help me reach 1,000 by closing night. Really trying to grow this channel, and there's gonna be a ton of haunt vlogs. I thank you guys for all the support. I know I haven't sat down and like actually talked to you guys like you used to for the past couple of 2.5 weeks. I've been doing so much media stuff, guys, so much media opportunities and stuff that I need to take care of, and just trying to grow this channel. So I'm glad that I finally get the chance to actually talk to you guys and give you guys a review on what I think about the mazes this year. And after closing night, there will be a full review, but that's not until like another month and a half away. So let's enjoy it while we still have it, guys. Like I said, give this video a like, follow everyone down on the SoCalExploring Team down below, all trying to help me build this brand. And positivity is key, guys. I'll be back at HHN for their first Wednesday night this Wednesday, because they added it on the frequent fear pass. So I'm gonna be there this Wednesday, and then I got the Queen Mary Media Night on Friday. So be looking for those videos, guys. I love you all. Positivity is key. Don't let anyone stop you from those goals you want in life. Don't let those negative barriers stop you. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure to keep on exploring parks. Peace.